Will soO finally take his first ESL win? Again, as a reminder, he hasn't played in too many of these. He has 2 second places in the ESL Open Cups. Will he finally take a first? Or will PartinG take his first win? I didn't believe he's won before either.
I believe he's definitely won a good number of ESL NA tournaments. PartinG for some reason decided to stay up for those. But I do believe he's won at least one ESL Asia.
I just double checked. He has not.
Oh, interesting.
He has not won a single ESL Asia. He has only won the NA tournaments.
Interesting. Alright, I think he has made it to the finals of ESL Asia before, is probably where I'm imagining that.
Yes.
Yep.
He has. Once before, he made it to the finals against Zest, where Zest was able to take the win in the end. In that PvP. So yeah, PartinG, again, like you were pointing it out, he does typically wake up early for the ESL NA Cups, and he performs quite well in them. But here in Asia, it's a different beast. There are a lot more Korean players. The competition is a little bit harder. But he has finally made it here once again to the finals. Regardless, we will have a new champion.
That we will. And what a champion we'll have.
Exactly. Oh my god, these guys, they're it's gonna be amazing. I know what else there is to say. They used to be teammates back in the day. They used to both be on they used to both be on SKT. Quite a long time ago now that I think about it.
2014-ish, yeah.
2014, maybe a little bit of 2015, 2014 at least.
Yeah, definitely 2014, because I don't know why I remember this, but yeah, soO was basically on SKT the entire time that it was in StarCraft 2. In fact, a majority of his pro gaming career, even back in Brood War, I would say soO was also on SKT, only left once it disbanded. Meanwhile, PartinG, he started off on StarTale, moved on to, I want to say he moved on to SKT and then to Yaoi Flash Wolves.
He did go to Yaoi Flash Wolves, and there was a little bit of controversy because he joined Yaoi Flash Wolves, but because of his contract with SKT, he actually couldn't compete in Pro League, even though Yaoi Flash Wolves joined with another team to play in Pro League. Yeah, because of the contract, he could, like, legally, PartinG could only play for SKT, so he just, because he was no longer on the team, he just couldn't play in Pro League, period. So
I think that was one of the controversies when he left. The other controversy was PartinG had a few choice words about the Kespa regime after he left.
But that ruling affected PartinG, and I think it also affected Rain when he left SKT as well. There were a couple of people that affected, where they could only play on SKT in Pro League.
Yeah. Well, Rain left SKT for Mind Sanity, didn't he? I don't believe they were in Pro League. I could be wrong there.
They did not partner. No.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, but I mean, I guess he still couldn't play on SKT. But regardless, we are now on, for the first time tonight, the LE Submarine, of which we all reside in. The LE Submarine. The LE Submarine. It's where we all live in. In the top left-hand corner of the map, swatting all the way in the top left-hand corner of the map, looking absolutely dominant tonight. The blue Protoss player coming down from the land of Korea. He is representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. We have PartinG.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Submarine LE. Again, I'm surprised, but I love that this is the first map in this series. This is going to be great. We're going to see Golden Wall as well later on. I love it. We have the South Korean Zerg player representing Afrika Freaks. It is soO.
On a PPZ. We're seeing Submarine as our first map. On a PPC.
And honestly, if this was any other Zerg player, I would have expected like something like a 12 pool, some aggressive play coming out from soO, but no, he's just playing this straight up.
This is soO we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Professionals of standard, says they say.
You say that, but I think what I love about soO is that there are a couple of key Zerg players in the region who had really close ties with Cats, and soO was one of the players. Yeah.
Once actually, that's a funny story. Is that once Kespa switched over to StarCraft 2, he already was like, hey, there's some foreigners who have more experience in this game. I'm gonna try to reach out, and yeah, somehow he found Cats, and Cats helped him strategize with GSL and stuff.
Fun fact, actually, for those of you who are unaware, obviously after the Casper teams disbanded, Hero joined Root, ex-CJ Hero. Fun fact, if he didn't join Root, then Root would have signed soO. Like there you go. they only had enough funds to sign one player, and soO actually went to Cats. He's like, "Hey, I want to join your team." He's like, "Sorry, we just joined Hero. We just signed Hero." Like,
ouch.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of Hero, this Zealot, a bit of a hero.
Yeah. It's been doing quite a lot here.
Yeah, and I guess this is one of the other reasons why we were so surprised to see Submarine on the map. It is the shortest rush distance in the current map pool. PartinG did not even need to proxy his gateways or anything. Just got his Zealot out already, moving it across the map, and because he saw that soO went for a more economic, more of a standard opening, he knew the Zealot could get away with a decent amount.
Yeah, it's actually dealing quite a lot of damage, tanking a lot of damage for the Adept to go in there, kill off a couple of workers. Sorry, one worker only going down. But again, a lot of lost mining time, a lot of damage done.
Yeah, at the very least, you know, it keeps soO on his toes. I will agree with you, though. I don't think soO lost too much. The third base is now on the way, so, you know, if, and this is a very big if, nothing comes up soon, then soO will be in a fantastic economic position. But as we already see, PartinG going for those glaives, and because of the unnatural base and because of how Submarine works out, this is going to be brilliant for PartinG.
Oh, yeah, and it looks like soO was trying to go for a counterattack, and there may be enough Lings. No, there are not to do DPS down the gateway, so the wall does stand strong. There's just enough here. Just this soul almost dead Adept was able to hold the line. Really well done here. Things could have really escalated if soO was able to break into that natural, but PartinG, again, his defense showing it off a little bit. Quite solid.
Very solid here. And soO's actually continuing to send Lings out, just to keep some pressure on PartinG, you know, really make sure that if PartinG goes for anything, then he'll be able to see it. As he doesn't have Overlords on that side of the map.
Yeah, he does not. And again, you can kind of afford to do this because of the short rush distance. Like, these Lings are already outside the main base of PartinG. They'll also be there to scout if there's ever a move out, like this War Prison. Oh, yeah, there we go. He sees it.
And soO is going to have to be really piling on the defense. So Roach Warren gonna be finishing up pretty soon, but yeah, I'm not sure how many times I could say this. This is such a short rush distance map. It is not gonna help too much here.
The scary thing is that
time.
Yeah, and the creep spread just isn't there at the moment. The bases aren't connected. He's only just now throwing down one to try and connect the natural to the third base, so it could be a little bit difficult for the Queens to move around and maneuver between all these bases.
Yeah, but surprisingly, soO actually identified the position that's sort of in the middle of these two bases that is going to be the most effective for him to focus his defense on. And yeah, he's bought himself the time. The creep spread is slowly getting there, and the roaches are starting to come out. PartinG, though, already working on that transition.
Exactly. Once again, it's going to be Darkshine behind this. We've seen this before, so we could see this work out again here. But this time, soO, he already has the roaches, so he already has a decent army to deal with these Adepts.
Yeah, and soO, you know, he knows what the follow-up's going to be. He does have that Spore Crawler in the middle of his, or in front of his natural base. He's even got one in his third, and yeah, that lair is going to be finishing up pretty soon. And once you get a lair, you can start getting Overseers. You have a mobile detection unit.
Exactly. Like, again, soO, he could have been watching that previous series. Again, there are a couple of Korean casts, so...
Oh, right. Yeah. I was going to say, I hope he was watching us, but, you know. Yeah, it's probably watching the Korean cast.
So, yeah, he does already have a couple of spores in position.
Not
but
where he needs it to. Not where it's important, though.
Oh, no, yeah, there's no detection here in the main base, and he could focus down the Morphing in lair.
And if he's able to do that, then how much damage can PartinG get done before soO is able to defend? Good transfuses though, but he needs a lot more of that camp for him. The lair is completely denied.
Wow, not just the lair, the main base goes down, and now that delays the detection even further, the tech as well. These roaches are going to be stuck being slow for quite some time, and instead soO goes for a counterattack.
Exactly, and that's, I think, the silver lining in all of this, because he was able to deal with the DTs and deal with the Archons. soO, he's not worried about being harassed for a while. He's just trying to trying his luck here, but once he sees the amount of Adepts out, once he sees the Immortal, he realizes that, oh yeah, there could be defensive EGs, couldn't there? Decides to back away and just macro up.
Exactly, like, oh, soO, that was a lot of damage that he just took. To be fair, like, in the end, he didn't really lose too many workers. Like, he's only lost 3 drones, but losing an entire base like that, it really does hinder your economy. Like, it doesn't matter how many drones you have, like, it's just so inefficient, the long-distance mining that he's doing.
Especially this early on.
Yeah, especially.
It's just a massive domino effect.
It really can be, but the layer has finished up for soO, so he's now starting to work on that roach speed. He's throwing down the bailiness as well. But PartinG, he already has that transition. Like, he's got disruptors on the way, he's got blink stalkers on the way as well. He's getting his 3rd base. He's like looking so good so far here in game number 1.
And it's really going to be on soO to try to deny that. Right now, I think he's actually just focusing more on delaying PartinG as he's getting his 4th base, and we may just have a repeat of PartinG versus, or no, not sorry, PartinG, soO versus Hurricane on Golden Wall.
Yeah, we could. I mean, Golden Wall, because of the layout it can lead to more, like, longer games because you have that, like, split map scenario, like one half of the wall and the other half of the wall. But, yeah, we'll see how this goes here, as we have surprisingly seen some incredibly long games on Submarine, just because of how easy it is to split the map in half.
Yeah, nobody expects it.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah, and you know, both players, they are just kind of chilling a little bit. They are backing off. They are trying to macro up. soO desperately getting that 4th base, trying to catch up in that economy that he was behind in. Meanwhile, PartinG, like, his army is looking quite strong as well. It's well diversified, going for the drops again.
He's going for it, Light. We were waiting to see that in the previous series, and now PartinG, he does not disappoint.
He does not. He's a player, but he's also a showman. He knows how to put on a good series, and here we go. The War Prism is out with these disruptors, looking to find some sort of damage. Meanwhile, soO, I love this. You know what? soO, he's a big fan of the C scene. I've seen him tune in to Demi quite a number of times. I can't even remember how that meme started.
I think it started with Dark? Question mark? And yeah, because Dark on Dropper Lords. And we were like, isn't Vivid the only one who does this?
Yeah, so soO taking a page out of Demi's book and going for that Spire.
There we go, yeah. Not sure if I go that far, but yeah. Kinda.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Risky, he did spend some time in Korea. He did introduce soO to Demi's stream. Yeah, back in the day, so...
at least that's how I imagine it went down.
Exactly. So yeah, so far, honestly, these disruptors actually, PartinG hasn't found an opening whatsoever with them.
Yeah, really solid, tight defense here from soO, just with the amount of anti-air and blocking the potential landing points for these disruptors to go on.
Exactly, and now that, like, PartinG, he was like focusing a little, he had invested and focused on these disruptors to deal some kind of damage. soO basically just completely shut that down, and now soO, he is taking a 5th base as well, starting to take, like, his lower half of the map. PartinG as well, it looks like he's looking to expand right next to soO's base. I don't think PartinG has actually seen it. He doesn't know that there's a base there. Yeah,
there's basically a thin fence blocking both of those. There's the base. Actually, if I zoom out all the way, you might be able to see both of them on the same screen.
Oh god, yeah, and right now the armies are positioning. Again, it's so awkward here. It's such a cramped space this map is. Like, they're right next to each other. They're basically touching tips. And oh god, we'll see who acts first. As soO, he's already maxed out.
soO is already maxed out. The Corruptors are actually led right into a trap here, and soO, that could have been something that he could fight in, but he did not have that flank set up. But now he's getting it ready, looking to just completely surround this army. These Corruptors are kind of unhindered at the moment, but these Stalkers are looking to deal with that.
Exactly, amazing. Yeah, the amazing force fields. The Banelings do not yet find any connections, and only 2 Corruptors left. But the Ravager shots, they land on the army.
They do land on the army, but PartinG, you know, his army, it's blue, it's bruised, it's down to red. But it's not dead yet. But there we go. The Corruptors are down. And, you know, PartinG, he won that fight, but soO, he's looking to remax. He already took out those high-tech units, most of those sentries, all of the Colossus. And what's left?
a single disruptor is what's left. So like Blink Stalkers and that disruptor, and actually a couple of Immortals as well. So potentially, nice shot, able to take out those Banelings. But the Banelings, they just finished morphing in.
It did just finish morphing in, and it is pretty far into creep. That's some pretty good force fields, but not good enough. And yeah, PartinG blinks backwards, but that's not going to be enough for all of this army of soO. It's just completely surrounded right now, and it's going to be run away, chased away.
Amazing Baneling connections were able to get into those sentries and so many of those gateway units. So the army of PartinG was just completely shut down, and now soO with the momentum, he's already pushing across the map, already at the front door of PartinG.
Down. And with that, this is starting to look a little bit dangerous, but honestly, like, you give PartinG, you put Blink Stalkers in PartinG's hands, and I will always believe that there's a way for him.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he has held on for now. I do believe he needs sentries at least, like, to try and stop these Banelings from connecting. But so far, he's trading quite well with these Blink Stalkers. He does have quite a number of shield batteries here at his 4th base. But again, like, we were talking about it, he needs some Colossus. He needs, like, a backbone to his army.
Yeah, and he's starting to get that, but he can only produce one at a time. These sentries already use their force fields here. No more energy on them. But soO, he's still a little reluctant to push into this base, but now he's got the surround, and now he's looking to end it.
Exactly. Nice Blink Stalker micro, but there are just so many Banelings. They crash into everything there is, and the Colossus, it just looks over the entire scenario.
GG. I like that Colossus.
He was just on the edge.
Hand to his pocket, just, what's going on over there?
He walked out of his house out to the front lawn, and he just sees all this chaos. He's like, nope.
He's just there to collect the paper.
Oh god.
Yeah, GG, and that was a really close game, and I really love PartinG games where he's forced into sort of low economy position, where he's forced to really utilize that micro that we know that he has, and he knows that he has. But yeah, in the end, what did we say at the start of this broadcast? Like, you can't fight against math. As much as I try.
Many have tried. Yaku has tried, and they have all
I'm
failed.
still trying. And I'm still failing.
I'm still failing. Oh god. Yeah, GG, well played by soO. Again, not the typical game you would expect on Submarine. And honestly, like, if PartinG knew where soO was expanding to, I don't think he would have taken that base. Like, because the bases were so close to each other, it like forced this engagement. Like, PartinG had to fight then and there, otherwise he would lose his 4th base, and that's exactly what soO wanted.
Absolutely was. And speaking of what soO wanted, I'm actually not sure if this is what he wanted or not. I believe PartinG has the first veto, so I think this is what soO wanted. But regardless, the point I'm trying to make is we're on Everdream, ideally Edle. We're in the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner map. The blue Protoss coming down from land of Korea. He is going to be representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. We have PartinG.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Everdream LE, currently getting cannon rush. God damn it, PartinG. We have, representing Afrika Freaks, it is soO.
I like how this is PartinG's fallback build.
I mean, honestly, this is
series, may as well.
Yeah, or if he's up in a series, might as well, right? Like,
exactly.
We've seen him do it in many scenarios, and again, like, why not throw it in, especially in a best of 5?
And honestly, if there was any player, just based on what I've seen tonight, that that really understands how to cannon rush, it is PartinG. And
yeah,
look at that,
definitely.
Already denying the surface area for the drones.
He is, but so far soO has done a really good job at breaking through that wall above the ramp down into the low ground. He's actually focusing on this gateway as well. We'll see how soO's cannon rush defense fares compared to Ragnarok.
Goes down, gets cancelled at the last second, and yeah, these cannon does finish up, so soO, he's going to lose a couple of drones. But is it going to be enough?
We'll see. It looks like eventually the cannon will fall, depending on how many drones go down, though. 3, 4, 5 go down.
I don't think soO should stay here. In fact, he even lets Natural finish up. soO, he is anything if not stubborn. Oh, yeah, but he actually manages to make it in. Good mineral walking by PartinG.
Oh, is he trapped? I can't quite tell. I don't know if there's a...
Kinda? No, I don't think... No, the drones aren't trapped here. The cannons are trapped, Light. The cannons are trapped.
The cannons are trapped. They're being covered by creep. They can't escape. Oh my god. But the cannons, they finish up 2 cannons here, and now soO, because he let the natural finish, it could go down.
I think it probably will. Where are the spine crawlers, like?
There's no spines, there's no queens, there's no lings. They're in production.
Just way too stubborn in his defense there. He wanted that natural to go up. He wanted that production. He wanted that mining. And now he's paying the price for it. This is what happens when you get too greedy.
Exactly, and now we'll see what the follow-up is. I think we both know that this hatchery is going to fall, and Lings did come out for soO. They are currently moving out across the map, trying to find some kind of damage, but PartinG, he should be walling off above the ramp, like he should be fine. We'll see, as, yeah, the hatchery, it fell.
Okay, and yeah, soO trapped on one base unless he decides to go for an unnatural. There we go. And yeah, I will say this about... I will say this about this cannon rush position. It is not covering the ramp, so yeah, soO, he's still going to be able to get units out from his main base. He can still drone up his third base, but I guess at this point, we're just kind of waiting to see how PartinG plays this out.
Yeah, we're in a really weird position because PartinG, he invested a lot to make this happen, and he made it happen, right? He got a kill, not a cancel, a kill on that natural. He was able to kill a lot of drones as well, but he's gonna lose all of this as well, and he should lose it for free. Like, soO shouldn't really lose too much clearing up those pylons and those cannons. So yeah, at the end of the day, I'm not too sure who's ahead here. I mean, PartinG, he is slightly ahead in the worker count, and if he expands as well, like, he should be looking quite good. But as you said, like, these cannons, they aren't covering the ramp, so soO, he can just, you know, Maynard, drones over, like, it's kind of fine.
It is kind of fine for the time being, as a Stargate is just about going to be finishing up right now for PartinG.
Yeah, and this Stargate could deal a lot of damage, especially if it goes unscouted. At the moment, there is a Stalker in the natural of PartinG who's denying the Overlord Scout, so soO, I don't think he's going to have any idea that this potential Oracle is coming across the map.
Yeah, not unless he has a Overlord in position in the main base, and the answer to that, whether he has it or not, no, he does not.
Yeah, I mean, he has 2 queens, so if they stay in the main base, he could potentially have a 3rd queen, actually. He's working on nothing but queens, so maybe that'll be enough to deter the Oracle.
I like it. The true method.
Yeah. It's capital true, by the way. For those in the chat.
Capital true.
Yeah, and here we go. Spores are actually being thrown down for soO. I'm not too sure if, like, he has lings all over the place, so he may have actually spotted.
Yeah, he did see the Oracle at some point. Just as it was flying around, and yeah, there we go. The Spore already gonna deter the Oracle. That's gotta be annoying for PartinG, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's like, you know, I'm going for this full-up Stargate, doesn't deal any damage whatsoever, but he is getting a second Oracle. With a second Oracle, you can dive in regardless of a Spore, tank some damage, and kill some drones, so we'll see what PartinG is going to be able to do here.
Yeah, but can you dive in regardless of a Spore and 2 queens on each base? And soO expanding, interestingly, in an interesting way.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to deal with the cannons. I mean, I don't blame him, right?
Canon. Yeah, this post brought to you by Nikon Gang, not affiliated.
Yeah, and here we go. The 2 Oracles are here again, trying to find some damage here. There's only 1 Queen and 1 Spore, so we could dive in. Was probably hoping that gas was taken to be able to kill off some gas drones. And something that's interesting that we're seeing here is that soO, he's getting +1 melee.
He is getting +1 melee. He's looking to be super aggressive with nothing but lings at the moment, as they do not see a Baneling Nest. And it's so important that PartinG scouts this.
Oh my god, I feel like PartinG was surprised himself. Like, he can get high ground vision with the Oracle, and the cannon can shoot the gas.
It can. And I guess that's one way of doing it. soO now actually taking the cannon seriously, and because of that, these Oracles, they're going around, and these Adepts, 2 Adepts, already getting a lot of drone damage done, and there we go, what were we saying, like, when the Queens are pulled out, the Oracles will have fun.
Exactly, they just dive on in. 9 drones have gone down. Oh, he's using the pylon to reinforce and warp in more depths. Oh
and
my
this is not a good position for Lynx to be in at all. Already, because of the mineral patches, there's going to be denied surface area for this cannon. PartinG going to continue to utilize the choke points for the Adepts.
Yeah, and if PartinG shades up into the main base, the cannon can support him from the low grounds. Like, there's a lot of potential there, as it looks like soO is trying to break those Adepts, trying to break that cannon position with his queens. Looks like he's slowly trying to push on in. Nice transfuse.
And eventually we'll be able to clear this out. Forces the recall on the Adepts, and now soO's looking to go for the counterattack, which I think PartinG is pretty prepared for.
Yeah, I mean, he has a nice position here at his third base. Really nice Sim City with the pylons, with the shield batteries. And yeah, we're just kind of transitioning. It's important that he did spot the Evo chamber and he spotted it researching, so he should be aware of like the +1 melee on the way. As we do see him again, like setting up really, really nicely, like at his third base. I love the buildings there, the Sim City
wall, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about facing Lynx. You want to deny any potential entry points for them as much as possible. The Oracle's still getting a couple of damage, drone damage, a bit of drone damage done.
Yeah, really nice. And ooh, soO actually committing to this, getting +2 melee as well, and that's really going to help not just the Lings but the Banelings as well, focusing on this ground army. And with that, it actually means that 1 Baneling will be able to kill like a probe. Like, you don't need 2 like for a mineral line. So yeah, PartinG, he does need to be careful, especially if like Dropper Lords come into play as well.
Yeah, but you're not going to get him into play just yet, as I'm just going to do a quick little check. Yep, soO does have the lair, but he's playing it more conservatively. Well, I guess he's getting +2, so yeah. Yeah, but he's just not getting the Baneling speed. As he's looking to transition now into Roaches. These Banelings, you know, he tried to go for a bust earlier on, decided not gonna happen. I'm just gonna transition to the more orthodox ZvP composition.
Yeah, but it will be supplemented by those units, and oh, nice blinker, able to maybe pick off a queen. Nice transfuse. Oh my god!
Able to pick out that queen. The transfuses are nice, but the force fields, they feel good, man.
Yeah, the force fields are even better. And here with this army, there are 2 Ravagers, so again, these force fields are still going to do so well here for the Protoss army.
So many sentries out right now, like, and you know, we have us around, but when you sentries can force the Lings out of position, but those force fields were not quite up to task, and I think the Biles did land a lot on those sentries.
Yeah,
so
I do believe 2 sentries went down to the Biles, and PartinG, a little bit of a misstep after the Biles landed. He replaced those force fields on top of each other, thinking that the Biles were going to land on them. So yeah, kind of some wasted energy there. PartinG was pushed back, and soO is able to, you know, gain control of the center of the map.
That he is. He's looking to press that advantage, but he knows his boundaries. He does not want to go south of this shrubbery, this choke point in the middle of the map. He just wants to secure his economy. He just wants to secure his 4 bases and eventually go into Spireling Bane. Whether it's Corruptors or Mutas, that's still to be determined.
Yeah, at the moment, I'm feeling Mutas right now, but we'll see. Could go either way, especially since we do see that PartinG is going for Colossus, so Corruptors can do well in this situation. As PartinG, he's being quite ballsy here with his big Stalkers.
Yeah, so active on the map right now. And speaking of active on the map, soO coming in for a run by and actually kills one of these pylons.
Ooh, nicely done. Like, these Lings hit so hard, especially with +2 melee.
They absolutely do. You can see the sentries kind of struggling against them, but sentries are OP. And you do mention figure that out. Meanwhile, here in the middle of the map, soO, he is looking to just, once again, just press that advantage. He knows he's got +2. He knows that he's going to be able to shred his opponent's gateway units. Nice blinks.
Yeah, again, these things are doing just so much. They do so well against things like Stalkers and Sentries as well. You really need a different kind of buffer. Like, you need Zealots or some kind of AoE to deal with them. And the AoE is on the way. Double Colossus on the way for PartinG.
And this is where you really need to see, or where soO really needs to determine what the AoE of PartinG is. Because as of right now, he has not made a single Spire unit.
Yeah, I was really curious of that as well. Like, so far, no Mutalisks, no Corruptors either. Maybe it's possible that he's, like, waiting to see what the AoE is before he decides what to go into, as at the moment, he's just sticking with this ground army. More Lings, more Banes, and so far, they've been doing well for him.
Yeah, extremely well, but Not what you know what else has been done extremely well, like PartinG hiding his Colossus.
Yeah, these Colossus are going to do so well against the Ling Bane. Like, they trade so efficiently, they just melt whatever's on the ground. And there we go, Corruptors.
They are on the way. So, yeah, soO just playing it safe, getting the Corruptors out in case they're Colossus. And, you know, at the very least, they should be able to chase down Warp Prism 2. But now he does confirm those are thermal ants.
Yeah, he did confirm, especially with he was sending in a couple of changelings across the map, and he was able to spot the Colossus. So now he knows, now the Corruptors are going to come into play, and PartinG, he's out here, out on the center of the map. They have similar army supplies.
And that will almost always favor the Protoss player. Look at all these force fields like the Colossus. Absolutely shredding the Ling Bane.
Oh my god, and it's so important that soO, he remakes those Banelings. Like, he needs the Ling Bane to deter the army, but the force fields were just so on point, just stopping any kind of connections again.
Wow, Ian. But I will say this, though. PartinG is a little bit trigger happy with the force field, so he's shot. Those are really nice, but I don't think he has any energy left in him. The Banelings crash on top of everything. The Corruptors take out the Colossus, and with that, the rest of soO's army comes south. GG is called. soO now on match point.
Wow, unrelenting. The Ling Bane of soO just kept on rolling through, and you were right, like, with those force fields, there were a couple of holes in there. Like, a couple of Banelings did slip on through, killing some of those key sentries, and with no energy, like, you just can't stick around against that Ling Bane.
No, you cannot, yeah. That, I gotta tell you, like, this was not how I expected this series to go so far. But but it wasn't one-sided by any means, the actual games, but soO already on match point. It's been about 20 minutes? Half an hour?
Yeah, it hasn't been that long, and PartinG, he's been trying to do PartinG things, right? Like, he even started that game off with a cannon rush, even managed to get a kill on that hatchery, but it wasn't enough, right? Like, he economically, like, he didn't really establish himself in much of a lead, and the game just kind of progressed. You know, we got into a more macro game, and yeah.
And part of that, I think, does go back to just those cannons. They were unable to cover the ramp. soO decided, if I'm not gonna get that base, I'm just gonna go greedy everywhere elsewhere.
Yeah.
What a guy. And now we're on the Zerg map. And speaking of the Zerg map, we are now on Pillars of Gold. LE holding up the Golden Wall. LE keeping the Eternal Empire. LE of which the LE submarines that we live in are hidden. In the top right hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top right hand corner map, his tournament life is on the line. He is one map away from elimination and coming in as a runner up. In the top right hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top right hand corner map, the blue Protoss player representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming DPG. We have PartinG.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Pillars of Gold, LE, currently not getting cannon rushed. I was keeping an eye on the production tab just in case. We have the South Korean Zerg player. And Yaku, where does it rain?
The land down under.
We have, representing a Freak of Freaks, it is soO.
I think I figured it out, Light. I think I figured out why soO's ZvP is so good.
Because of his fashion sense?
It could be that, but I think it's because his in-game profile picture is potentially the greatest Protoss player to touch StarCraft 2. I would make the argument for Rain or Zest, but
I was about to say Rain
in my heart. How do we always talk? We were this close to a broadcast about talking about Rain. Why does he show up every week? Every this game.
Every week for the past like 3 months, we just talk about Rain. We're not even Protoss players. I'm a Zerg and you're a Terran. We're like, alright, it's that time. Let's talk about Rain again.
When was the last time he played StarCraft 2?
Oh my god! Back when he was on Mindset, when he won GSL. Yeah.
2015.
Oh my god.
We were this close to greatness, like.
Yeah, and I mean, speaking of, I mean, Rain, like I'm sure he influenced these players in some way. They were all on SKT back in the day, back in 2014. Yeah.
I'm not so sure about soO, but I think there is a case to be made that Rain just fundamentally changed how Protoss was played in StarCraft 2. So PartinG, definitely a little bit influenced there.
Yeah, you could argue that maybe because of how Rain played, it like prompted PartinG to play differently, right? Like he was the more aggressive, the more. Yeah. It's kind of weird how that worked out, especially since they were on the same team for a little bit there. But enough about that. We are getting into.
Doesn't even play this game anymore.
Exactly. Let's get into this ZvP as PartinG is going for or went for that Stargate opener.
Yeah, not going to be a Stargate transition this time. We are going to be seeing that Stargate opener, and honestly, Light, I think if we see it a few more times in PvZ, I think we can officially say Adept Printer is not the build that you see every game.
Yeah, again, we were talking about it, how for like a month or two ago, like it was just all over the place in ZvP, but now it's a little bit more out of fashion. I like how like the Stargate as well as DTs are being incorporated more, so there's a lot more variety, a lot more diversity, and that to me, that's what I enjoy about this matchup, is that like there's a lot that comes into it. Like it's never the same thing like 2 games in a row.
But Mr. it can be this. I mean, yes, but it can be the same thing. Just alternating.
Yeah.
Because as we see from soO, what is that unit that he loves, like?
Yeah, he is making them 14 lings. He's also making a Virtual, I guess. But so far, PartinG, like this Oracle has dealt, a little bit of damage, able to kill 2 workers. But as we see, we do have soO going across the map with, a handful of lings, quite a number of lings actually.
Just looking at the on the cert base, try to delay or deny it as quickly as he can.
Oh, does get spotted by the Oracle though.
Yeah, going straight for the natural base, just trying to apply a little bit of pressure on its Protoss opponent. And I think soO should have a little bit of an idea that PartinG is looking to expand, or has already expanded, as he did see that pylon there earlier, but so far he does not know about this 3rd Nexus of PartinG.
Yeah, and right now I'm keeping an eye on things because so far soO is in the dark. He hasn't seen the Twilight Council. He doesn't know that there's Dark Shine on the way. But I think soO, he stopped droning. I think
he has stopped droning. He stopped droning.
He's making nothing but roaches. Yaku, he's going for it.
He's going for it. Zerg does not need tier 3, only Roach. Roach is everything.
Exactly.
And coined by soO himself, and yeah, he's kind of showing that off. These Oracles are actually getting a lot done.
He's waddling the queens. They're going for it. He's going for it.
He's going for it, like, he's going for it, and right now I'm just looking at this Dark Shrine because soO, he doesn't have a lair, he cannot get Overseers. If PartinG gets a couple of defensive DTs out, he will be able to completely deflect this, but the Dark Shrine is still a little ways off.
Exactly, like DTs will do so well defensively. To be fair, it will take a long time to kill everything, but it will eventually clean everything up. And some nice force fields here, stopping the roaches from attacking whatsoever. But the Ravagers come in.
And the DTs are now out. Very good use of the battery overcharge, but it's not quite going to be enough. These DTs, once again, just holding the line, just preventing soO from going in.
Exactly, soO just spent that entire time trying to bust into the natural, but he couldn't, and now there are 4 DTs out, and he pushes soO away.
Brilliant defense. Why did we ever doubt PartinG when it came to his defense?
Yeah, exactly. As soO, he was trying to bile down the DTs. He was trying his best to do what he could, but in the end, it was just not enough. PartinG able to shut down the Roach Ravager, and now soO, he's forced to join up PartinG. He's ahead in the economy.
So far ahead. Both players are on 3 bases, which already favors the Protoss player. But now PartinG really far ahead in terms of worker count, and in terms of tech count, soO doesn't have his lair out.
Yeah, the lair is so late for soO. That does so much. It's not just for detection, but also Roach speed, potentially Spire +2 if there were upgrades. Like, oh my god, soO is so far behind in terms of that tech and economy as well.
Man, oh man. This is just an amazing position for PartinG. He knew what map he was on, so he just played it safe.
Exactly, he played it so safe, and I'm sure that when he went for the DTs, he wasn't even thinking about like, oh yeah, they're gonna be so good for defense. He's like, I'm gonna go across the map, I'm gonna catch him off guard. But they really worked. It worked so well for him, going for that DT, that Dark Shrine, because if he didn't, then he could have just died if he didn't have a Dark Shrine.
Really could have.
So really well done there. So far, PartinG, he is ahead in this, as he's on match point. Like soO, one more win and it would have all been over. But PartinG, he's not giving up. He is fighting right now. His life is on the line, and now we just see him pushing out across the map with these Archons.
And it's actually a terrifying army from the position of soO. 2 Archons already, as you said, plenty of sentries. And what does soO have? Couple of roaches, couple of lings. What's that going to do against this Protoss army in the hands of a master like PartinG?
Nothing. Nothing whatsoever. We'll see. He's gonna try. We have more Ravagers morphing in as well. Oh, but they're getting picked off. A nice force field is able to kill off more Queens as well as he cuts off his army. And I mean, decent bios though.
Yeah, and the Archons have been taken out, so that gives soO a little bit of breathing room. He is continuing to produce his army. He has just been impeccable in this micro. Even managed to sneak a couple of links around, and if he can get us around, where's the AoE?
Oh, exactly. But as this is happening, a War Prism is finally meeting up with the army of PartinG, so he's finally going to be able to reinforce this army. Oh, so he was trying to go for a surround, but he runs into reinforcements.
And I think this may just be too much for PartinG to deal with. You know, soO, he's still continuing to produce, but his army nowhere in position. These are actually some pretty good battles, though, and soO forcing a concave. Again, most of the sentries have been taken out. There's no force fields left. I'm really curious as to how this plays out. And there we have it, GG. PartinG, too much momentum there. He is not out of it yet, folks.
Exactly. That Immortal for PartinG was doing just that, was just not dying, was getting so much value, just plowing away at that Roach Ravager, and with the constant reinforcements, like soO, he just did not have enough. He was so far behind after essentially going for that failed all-in, and PartinG, he puts a point on the board.
There we have it. We will not have that sweep in the grand finals. We're staying on. And as we said, these are 2 players who have just been dominating tonight. It would have been unfortunate if it ended up being a clean sweep.
Definitely. It would have been so unfortunate if this was one-sided, if this was a 3-0. So I'm so glad that PartinG was able to take that map, and now I feel like we're getting into PartinG zone. You know, where we're going into Golden Wall, and like if this map is going to favor any player, I imagine it's going to be PartinG.
Oh yeah, well, it could favor PartinG, but as we've seen in the previous series, like, wait, Mapu is playing? Mapu? Okay, so's playing Sharon?
Nice. Okay.
Okay, Mapu's supposed
my god. Oh, Jesus Christ, that was...
I'd love to have seen so's TVP, to be honest.
Alright, here we go. We're getting everyone back in. So, for those wondering, the game almost started with Mapu in it, and then we quickly switched, and then soO was Terran, and it was like, oh my god, there was panic.
Yeah, but PartinG, he was aware of that. Quick to click that quit button, and now he's just rejoined.
Yeah, for those who are wondering, if the countdown has started, the only way to stop the game from starting is if someone leaves the lobby.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not quite like queuing in for ladder where you can click on the countdown to... Well, actually, you can't click on the countdown. You can only click on the waiting or searching for game.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, there we have it. We are now in a pause. Hopefully, Maddox can translate this Hangul.
Maddox, please.
Wait, did they play on this? Wait, did they play on this map? I don't think they did. No, I don't think they did. That was the previous series.
Yeah, game 1 was Submarine, then we had Everdream.
Yep.
And then Pillars of Gold.
Yep. Maybe it was vetoed by one. Maybe it was vetoed.
Oh, maybe. We'll see. As, again, PartinG, he's asking for a bit of a pause. If there are any Hangul speakers, any Korean speakers in the chat and want to translate that for us, go ahead, give it your best try.
That was a subtle hint towards the Koreans in the current game.
Oh my god.
Yeah, hopefully there's nothing too serious from the side of PartinG.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Just kind of waiting, and hopefully everything's okay. Maybe there's like a delivery or something that happened IRL.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty close to that pro gamer dinner time. I guess what, approaching 10 p.m. in Korea?
Oh.
Alright, couple of updates. PartinG asking if they're ready. soO is ready.
Game resumed.
Don't scare me like that.
I may have
calm down.
I may have clicked on wait screen instead of bracket when we went to. I was.
Oh, that's not good.
That's not good. Sorry about that, folks. Thankfully, we didn't miss anything.
Yeah. Alright, and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Golden Wall LE, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing Afrika Freaks. It is soO.
Alright, thankfully that was just the start of the game.
Yeah. I mean, again, we do apologize. We hope the audio wasn't too bad, especially because for the waiting screen, we do have a little bit more gain. So, yeah. Hopefully everything's okay in terms of the audio. But yeah, we are getting into game number 4 here, and so far, nothing too cheeky coming out from either of these players.
Yeah, but I love it. soO. He's doing soO things.
Yeah, getting a pretty fast third base here for soO, so trying to take that economic lead, and we'll see if PartinG is able to punish this in any way, or if he just lets this happen. Again, I'm getting flashbacks. We could end up in another scenario. Was it soO versus Hurricane? Where we were kind of yeah.
Now, I feel like there are two ways that could play out, right? Like, I feel like just because of how PartinG, we mentioned it before, he does like to stick with the sort of mid-game tech. He is not too big of a fan of having to play tier 3, especially not in a PvZ. So there are two ways that this could work out if soO decides to go for that Nidus strategy again. Either PartinG is absolutely on top of the Niduses, shuts them all down because he focused so much on his mid-game army, or he slips up once and doesn't have an army that's beefy enough to contest soO.
Yeah, we'll kind of see how this plays out, and how PartinG approaches this matchup. As we do see, this time he didn't go for a Stargate opener. He did start with that Twilight Council, followed by the Robo, and there it is.
Immediately the Dark Shrine.
Yeah. I mean, he's had a lot of success with it today, like these DTs, so why not?
Yeah, it literally saved his life that last game.
Yeah.
They deserve a little something.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't blame him, right? So yeah, we'll see how greedy soO is, right? We have to keep an eye on, whether he starts his lair, whether he throws down some safety spores. Again, like, this is a pretty fast Dark Shrine. Will be hitting quite soon, and we'll see if it catches soO off guard. Like, even if it doesn't, again, you can always turn them into Archons, right? You can always clear out some Overlords.
Yeah, you definitely can. And I gotta be real honest with you, like, I'm staring at the production tab right now. I'm just waiting to see where that progress bar is inching closer for that Dark Shrine to finish up. And I don't see a spore being made from soO.
Yeah, I don't either, and I just realized that you were muted because you were on the waiting screen.
I was on the waiting screen.
God damn it. Alright. Yeah, there we go. Spores are already being turned down.
Alright. Gonna be a triple spore, one in each base. Yep, one in each base, and yeah, soO has enough to defend or deflect the DTs coming out. Obviously, it's not gonna be end for PartinG. He can, and in fact, will look to turn them into Archons to get a bit of damage done there. But yeah, for now, soO is pretty safe. He just needs to be attentive.
Yeah, it's also important to note that even though there's detection, he could try and focus down that spore, but oh, nice body blocking though.
Yeah, already losing one of these ETs. This queen is so low, there's not enough energy for a chance to use the queen. Literally 1 health, stays alive.
Wow, nicely done there.
You're getting a little ambitious there, buddy.
Yeah, he has to be careful, so has to respect those DTs. As surprisingly, I feel like another Protoss player would have just immediately decided to turn them into Archons, but no. Instead, he actually has them on the ramp.
Yeah, funnily enough, just trying to prevent... I mean, he knows that there's no detection at that particular area of the map, and actually soO, once again, getting a little overzealous there and could pay the price. He's already lost a queen. He may lose 2, just being this far away from the detection.
Yeah, and at the same time, soO is trying to bust through the natural of PartinG as well. Oh, the warp is getting quite low, but he's starting to break through. There's a secondary wall. There is a Stalker as well, and it looks like the DTs are getting cleaned up. Oh.
Yeah, back at home they're starting to get cleaned up. The warp prism not gonna go down. Actually, soO managed to bust in and does get a scout. Not really gonna be able to get much else from this, but he does now see that where PartinG is expanding towards, and
yeah,
that's gonna affect every decision he makes from here on out.
Yeah, those things actually killing 3 probes and forcing a lot of lost mining time as well. So actually, SOS getting a lot of damage done. You know, they also forced that second. Yeah, sorry, soO. I said SOS, my bad. And yeah, like forcing the secondary wall as well. Like he does a lot of damage and he's not stopping.
No, he is not, but neither is soO. No, wait, that's who you referred to. No, he is not, and he's looking to bust on in. Now, I'm actually also a little worried right now for soO. Because again, he doesn't have the detection out. He is looking to be pretty all in. He kind of stopped droning. And if he just commits to this, then I don't see a scenario where soO is going to be able to end the game.
I mean, he's honestly dealing quite a lot of damage with these things, able to kill a gateway, another pylon as well, again, just forcing this panic reaction from PartinG. And yeah, like soO, he's also defending well at home. Like there was a War Prism with the DTs trying to head into the main base, but it was pushed away. Again, PartinG has to be so careful. The War Prism's such low health. If he commits a little bit too much, it could just go down.
I love this soO. He mined out the minerals in the middle of the base, and now that third base looking to be in a little bit of trouble. Already a wall, though. PartinG knows exactly who he's up against and does not want to take any chances there.
Yeah, again, really nicely done. But the Stalkers get surrounded, though.
Yeah, there's no blink just yet. The two of these Stalkers already going down. Meanwhile, the DTs are back with a vengeance. And the lair did finish up, but there's no Overseer yet.
Yeah, PartinG, he's just... I love the amount of damage he's getting done with these DTs. I love how he incorporates them, like, kind of guarding that ramp, just swiping at anything that goes through it. So, yeah, really, really smartly, really nicely done there by PartinG. And PartinG, he establishes his third base. You know, he has a nice wall there. He's able to get that up and running. And soO, he tried to you know, get some lings in there, but PartinG, he was ready for it.
He really was, and... yeah, now that PartinG has secured himself on 3 bases, there we go. soO expanding towards the north. We couldn't just have that repeat of soO versus Hurricane.
Yeah, I was waiting for it as well. soO, his 4th base is quite late, and as we see, PartinG is actually really well ahead in workers. soO, he did cut drone production earlier, and we see why. He was focusing on this ground army, looking to try and push through into the natural of PartinG. Yeah,
and this time he's got an Overseer. Look at the army supply difference right now. Like, soO really dwarfing PartinG in terms of the army supply, but this is a pretty good wall, and as long as PartinG is able to really make use of the choke points and really make use of the sentries, it's going to be really hard, mind you. But I think he does have a shot.
Yeah, it looks like soO, he's piling on through, but the main army of PartinG has gotten here, has returned. There were a couple of DTs thrown in, but there is now detection.
That there is Purification Nova coming in, but not really getting what they wanted.
Oh yeah, nicely done. Like, again, the force fields are pretty good, and it looks like the Roach Ravager army of soO is slowly getting whittled down, but he's actually getting some probe damage as well.
He is getting quite a lot of probe damage right now, and
oh my god.
I love it, PartinG trying to target down the Overseer, but soO does move it away. And this is looking unstoppable right now.
Exactly, soO, he's not stopping. Like, more Roaches are rallying across the map. He's pushing on through. The Disruptor shot did already go off. He's waiting for the cooldown to recharge, and 18 probes have gone down. I think, especially since the shield battery is depowered, I don't think there's enough here for PartinG.
I definitely don't think there is, but he did buy enough time. He does have to new disruptors coming out, and I believe the Overseer got taken out. Yeah, the Overseer got taken out, so these DTs can't help in the defense right now, but here comes another Overseer.
Exactly.
Oh, that was a good Purification Nova. Takes out a lot of units. This is not a good place to split soO. And that's actually a lot of the army of soO taken out of commission. But the damage has already been done. 27 probes taken out right now. soO is going to continue to commit to this, and honestly, I don't blame him. He can just kill PartinG if he's careful with his engagement, but instead, soO, I don't want to say he's all in, but he did lose that 4th base through the DTs.
He did lose the 4th base, but at the same time, he is still ahead in workers. He's continuing to try and push in, but PartinG, with these disruptors, he's able to keep soO back. And, I mean, as you were saying, the damage was done. PartinG, he lost 27 probes in that attack. He lost the natural as well. But PartinG, at the same time, you know, he's expanding to the south base, but it's really exposed. Like, there's no SimCity there.
There is no SimCity. PartinG, I don't think, can afford SimCity there. And again, once you're able to mine out those minerals in the middle of the map, soO just has so much opportunity right now, and this is a much better place to engage. There's much more space for him to split his army or kite.
Yeah, it's so much more difficult to make the force fields anywhere near as effective here when the area is so open. And soO, he's even trying to focus down the Nexus a little bit. Like, he could take the base, but he is forced away.
He is forced away for the time being, and that's because that Overseer sniped out once again. He is still trying to multi-prong, though. And
yeah, he is dealing...
Yeah, sorry, I was just gonna say, there's no detection here right now for soO, so, you know, PartinG could try to go for these ZTs once again, but I think he's trying to spend his money on something that's a little more versatile, such as Woodstalkers.
Some amazing disruptor shots there, able to take out the majority of the Roach Ravager, but the Roaches are now in the main base, like PartinG, he's getting split apart a little bit.
He is getting split apart. PartinG now almost half the worker count of soO. Not a lot of tech going down, but this is a lot of damage.
Exactly. Yeah, like probes were going down in the main base, at the 3rd base as well. soO, sure, his 4th base was delayed quite a bit, but now he finally has it up and running, and it's the gold base as well, so going to be able to catch up in terms of that economy. And yeah, PartinG, he's down to 40 probes. His army is looking quite disheveled as well. I mean, what he does have going for him is that he does have quite a large number of disruptors, so he could make some magic happen with that.
And he's looking to do that alongside with these Blink Stalkers. But again, this is exactly where soO wants to fight. This is why he's kind of keeping his army active around here.
Yeah.
Waiting to counterattack PartinG.
Exactly, there's just so much room to maneuver around, and again, decent disruptor shots, but nothing quite massive, nothing quite what he's looking for. And the Roaches, they just go back into the main, getting the Dark Shrine.
He just does not want to deal with having to get detection and getting it sniped over and over again. soO absolutely putting PartinG in shambles right now. The Purification Nova's a little bit off. And soO doesn't even care. He just ate 2 Purification Novas, and he still has army to spare. No more AoE from PartinG. GG is called. And what do they say, like, 3rd time's a charm, soO is able to win his first ever ESL Open Cup Asia edition.
Yes, GG, well played. Regardless of who won this week, we would have had a new champion. Congratulations to soO for his first win here in ESL Open Cup Asia. And yeah, just really well played here. Able to take down quite a number of Protosses, take down Hurricane. He looks so dominant against Hurricane. And yeah, was able to take down PartinG as well.
It's all comes back to the classic portrait.
Harnessing his inner classic. Yeah, just really well done there by soO. And, you know, it's about time that he finally got a win here.
Exactly. And again, his time is coming, is starting to come up. I believe it's another 2 more months that soO's still able to not be in the army. So yeah, when being able to just see him play, even if it's not in that big premiere events, you know, even if it's on GSL, I'll take it. And if he wins, then even better.
Yeah, definitely. It was a really, really good showing. We were missing quite a number of regulars here, like basically all the Protosses, Trap, Stats, and Zest. But at the same
They had
time,
pretty good reasons.
yeah, like this tournament is now clashing with the China Team League, the China Gold Series even, which is currently going on at the moment over on Wardy's channel. And yeah, quite a number of players are competing there as well. I believe Zest was earlier, Time as well, Dark, Scarlet,
This actually
Pure.
wasn't tonight.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Oh yeah, because I don't think Razor Edge Gaming has a... Wait, maybe it does. I'll get back to you on that one.
Yeah, regardless, like, there are some conflicting tournaments here at the same time, so it is a bit of a shame. Last week it was Doyu Cup, this week it's the Gold Series Team Championship, so yeah, it is a bit of a shame that that is transpiring, but regardless, there's plenty of StarCraft going on, and yeah, plenty for, those on these Chinese teams and those who aren't, right?
Exactly.
And with that, again, GG, well played. I know there are a lot of PartinG fans as well. Like, regardless, like he had a good showing, and it's been a long time since he's gone all the way to the finals in one of these tournaments. Before this,
since he signed up.
Yeah, exactly. It's been quite some time. Obviously, he's been really dominant in ESL Open Cup NA, but in Asia, he hasn't won one of these before. He's only once gotten to the finals, and that was months ago now. That was back in ESL Open Cup Asia number 13. So yeah, it's cool to see him back,
Jesus.
and hopefully, yeah,
31 now.
Yeah, right. Like it's been so long since then. Hopefully, we can see some more of him.
Yeah, here's hoping. And with that, I think that just about wraps us up tonight.
Yeah, that does wrap us up. Thank you so much for everyone for tuning in. Again, if you want to tune into more of this, we will be live tomorrow with ESL Cup Fueled by Dare.
Yeah, with a special... Wait, you already announced...
Do it again. Do it.
Alright, with special guest making her debut on the CranKy Ducklings channel, Zeph is going to be casting that with Light tomorrow. And it is going to be the last ESL Fueled by Dare, at least for the time being, so... I expect quite a bit of hype behind that. That said, NZ Champs is also this weekend, so I have to imagine that some of the regulars are looking to hide their builds as much as they can.
Yeah, we'll see. It could be a time to shine for those that didn't manage to qualify. I'm looking at Ranger, Justice Simon, Chappie, Oreo. There are quite a number of players who just didn't quite make the cut. So this is a tournament for them to, give their all, right? This is their last chance to win an ESL Open Cup fueled by Dare. For those who are a little bit unaware, maybe they haven't heard of it, there is, ESL Open Cup NA, EU, Korea, but there is also an OCE version. There is also one for the region of Southeast Asia and Oceania. It is sponsored by Dare Iced Coffee, which is, an Australian brand, and they partnered with ESL to bring this weekly tournament. We've been running it for the past 20 weeks.
We've been covering it.
We've been covering it for the past 20 weeks. We haven't been running it. And the final edition is tomorrow, as Dare, they only funded for 20 weeklies, StarCraft 2 and Warcraft 3, so it is the final one tomorrow. We're going to miss it. It's been fun covering it, especially with our unique overlays and graphics that we made for it. It looks beautiful.
It's brown.
And yeah. It is brown, just like coffee. And in a way to kind of commemorate that, we have Zeph coming on for the first time as well. Zeph, for those who are unaware, she is like the original Archon caster with Maynard. She and Maynard have been casting for many years, back, since like 2013 with ACL. Like it's been, they've been casting for a long time. Yeah. She's got a lot of experience, to say the least. So yeah, it's exciting. I'm really looking forward to casting with her for the first time.
Yeah, so do tune in for that. We'll other than that, over here on the schedule screen, we will be back on Friday once again with the Master Swan Open, open to anyone within the leagues of bronze to 4.9k MMR. So if that does seem to interest you, do sign up. It's a little bit of a more Korean/OCE timing, but if you happen to be awake for whatever reason, if you're not from the region, we would love to have you.
Yeah, we would love to have you. Again, most of our tournaments that we run here are around this time zone of ESL Asia. So if you're interested in some more StarCraft, then do check us out. Hit that follow button, tune into some more of our casts. We're live quite regularly, especially coming up in this month. We have all the DreamHack qualifiers to cover. We have some more Latin American tournaments to cover. Rebirth is coming back. We just this morning I was casting with Milk. We were casting El Prisma, the first tournament from them. Yeah, there's just plenty of StarCraft going on here on this channel.
Lord. I just looked on the Google Calendar. There's a lot next week.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot to cover.
It'll be free.
It's so good. I mean, we're a team here. We've got plenty of casters. We do rotate, and we do try and accommodate as best we can for everyone. And yeah, thank you so much everyone for tuning in. Yakuzaku, why don't you let the people know more about you?
Twitch.tv/Yakuzaku1, Twitter.com @Empora Yakuzaku, ! Discord in the chat. You can find you can get a link to the CranKy Ducklings Discord server. You can find myself and the other members of CranKy. Other than that, buy my shirts. Where can we find you, Light?
Light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. You can follow me on Twitch, as I'm usually live throughout the week with some ladder streams as well as some behind the scenes streams. So if you're interested in like more of the production behind CranKy Ducklings, whether it's like editing VODs, creating thumbnails, scheduling, social media, all that good stuff, then you can tune in there, if you're interested in that sort of thing. Otherwise, yeah, I do also ladder as well. I'm trying to get back into Masters. I was Masters last season. I'm trying to get back in there this season. It's been rough. It's been rough to say the least, but it's also been fun. And yeah, otherwise you can follow me on social media. I usually tweet when we go live. More importantly, follow this Twitch channel and follow the CranKy Ducklings everywhere else. Like, we have social media, we have YouTube. Again, if you're interested in any of these tournaments, all of the VODs are posted to YouTube if they aren't, in your time zone. So yeah, do check that out. We have so much StarCraft. We have plenty of StarCraft. So if you're interested, it's all there. It's all on YouTube. And with that, thank you so much everyone for tuning in. Stay tuned as we will be raiding another StarCraft 2 streamer.
Yeah, thanks for sticking around. We'll see you tomorrow.
Ciao.
Bella.